Dennis, as we prepare for Horeswood's Leinster final at the weekend, club with a very proud history.
That's right, Peter. I showed you a book there a minute ago with all the county champions. We're starting off in 1944. It took that long for us to win a county title. We won minor hurling. And then in the 50s, hurling was very strong here. Horeswood actually appeared in 4 senior hurling finals, 51, 52, 54 and 63. Unfortunately, they lost all 4. But at that time, you had powerhouses like St. Aidan's, who beat them in 52 and 54, and Rathnure. Although in the 51 final, that went to a replay, and they lost to Claiborne in a replay that year. Then, as we moved into the 80s and 90s, football became very strong here. Like, we dominated underage football in the county in the 80s into the 90s, and we finally made a breakthrough in 98 when we won intermediate. And then, as you know, we went on to win four senior football titles, 2005, 6, 9 and 11. Now in 2011 we also won the junior hurling title, and we got beaten in the Leinster semi-final by Ballyfin from Laois. Now after that, unfortunately, hurling went on the decline. And I just remember the headline, in 1993 we beat Coyle Nairn in a minor football final, and it was a star-studded Coyle Nairn team, like had John Hegarty and all those boys. And the headline said, it was a Lazarus-like act, Horeswood rise from the dead, because we were 12 points down 5 minutes into the second half, won by 5. Well, hurling was on its nearly dead here 6 years ago. I'll bring you back to 2018, Peter, and you'll probably remember this because Monaghan's second team actually beat us.
I was playing the same day.
You were, Peter. Beat us on a very, very bad day weather-wise. You beat us in New Ross, and the following year, Rathnure beat us in a quarter-final, went extra time, and we had 1 sub. It was that bad when you had 16 players tugged out. Hurling was really at a low ebb. But then, as Roger said earlier, a lot of work was done underage, and I used to have a little notice up on the board there, like, success comes from having the right people in the right places. And like, we had many good people in the right places. And I think he might like me for singling them out, but I put Roger on top of that list because he made all the difference. He started off with underage, and then he came through to adult. So in 2019, we had 16 players. The following year, we had a good few players coming from underage, and St. Martin's, now a very strong second team, beat us well in Wexford Park. Now we had actually been very good up to that. We'd beaten everybody easily, but we were no match for them on the day. And then in 21, we beat Kilmore. We beat everybody actually very easily to win the junior. And now this year, okay, we were fortunate, but still, we won. And we dug in. I think there's great heart in this team. And I took a few clips out of last Saturday's game, which was played in brutal conditions. And I mean, the heart, the fight and the spirit was unbelievable.
And Brian, as club secretary, you might be able to give us an overview of the current, I suppose, Denis has said, things are on the up at the moment. The club seems to be in a very healthy position.
Yeah, I suppose COVID was very good to us. It gave lads nothing to do. It brought them back to the field, and as Denis said, hurling was on a decline here, and all of a sudden we had up to 30 lads training hurling in the field, and we also introduced a second hurling team in the last 3 years, and that's been very beneficial as well, that we had high numbers in the field. You know, we were able to train with high numbers, and the lads were able to train like match day scenario 15 on 15. And before that, as Denis said, you'd come up and there was 9 or 10 lads in the corner of the field training. So, like, as I said, COVID was actually very good to us. It brought lads back to the field and gave them something to do. The structure for the last 3 years, where you have a single block of hurling and you can just solely focus on it and concentrate on it, has also been very helpful. You know, that you start and finish. And now, if anyone was at the county board meeting last week, they would have heard me voting against it, but them's are the breaks. Yeah. But the current system has been very good to us. And I mean, we're always invested in the club here, and whether it's invested in training or whether it's invested in people or in facilities. I mean, over the years, we're always growing here, like with the indoor, you know, then there's walking tracks, we put in a scoreboard, we're now looking towards lighting a second pitch, we'll be looking at putting in a stand. So we're always investing into it. And as Denis rightly pointed out, it's not overnight this happened. It was like hurling 365 and getting into the school and getting the school coach links and getting kids interested in the place. And we're very lucky here. I mean, the national school is right beside us here. They have use of our facilities. The kids are in here on wet days using the indoor and all. So we have a very good, strong school link, which we're very lucky with. We have a male principal in the school, Brian Flood, at the moment, who's also very influential and very helpful as well. And the school link is strong there as well.
And so the underage is going strong at the moment, as well as the adult teams, obviously.
Yeah, we're very lucky underage. Horeswood is a decent sized parish and has big numbers. And I mean, we would have 2 under 13 teams this year, so we've strong numbers coming through. We're not any different than any other club. We do struggle when it comes to 18, trying to keep lads interested and keep them in, and there is a big fall off at that age group. And it's something that probably has to be looked at in the county, because you do get a lot of guys when it comes to that kind of threshold of 17 into adulthood disappearing. We'd like to see more of them coming through. You know, we do have a second team to keep propped up there now, so we can plenty of numbers coming through. We'll have plenty of room for them.